Alright, hello everybody. Welcome to another weather update from Great Lakes Weather. The time is 10:11 p.m., kind of late on this February 23rd. I'm here to give an update regarding the winter weather that is coming to the Great Lakes region. We have the potential for snow and ice on Friday, Thursday night into Friday, and we're going to break down exactly who's going to see the most snow and who's going to see the most ice. Snow is not really a major concern. Most of the snow is going to target lower Michigan, southern lower Michigan, so we're going to see about 2 to 5 inches in that area, and parts of northern Indiana will see that as well. Really, the more bigger concern is going to be the ice potential that we're going to see down in central Indiana, central Ohio. This includes the Cedarville region, Columbus, so we're going to go and break down all of that in this video. Reminder, all of our platforms right here, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Telegram is there as well. Twitter, GLWX is the actual handle there, and you can text GLWSWMI to 81010 to get an update. Scan that QR code if you're watching on desktop, and you can get access to all of the weather information. All right, let's get right to it. This is going to be rather a short video because I want to just break down what we're going to expect with the storm. I'm not really going to go forward because most storms that are coming up in the future models are long range, so we can't really get an accurate forecast on them. So I'm going to wait, and we're going to forecast this storm. So this is going to be a rather short little video we got going here. So Weather Prediction Center's website right here. This is what we're looking at right now. This is showing the probability of snow accumulating greater than or equal to 2 inches. Okay, so there's a bit of a 70 to 80% chance across lower Michigan. You can see that snow will accumulate at higher levels than 2 inches. In fact, winter weather advisory has been put out by the National Weather Service in northern Indiana for the potential of 2 to 4 inches of snow, and that is what the National Weather Service forecasts, and most models do project that potential as well. We're going to look at those in just a second. Out to the east, you can kind of look at, as this map renders, New York and New England areas are also going to face a lot more snow. They could see more greater than 6 inches of snow in that area. So we're missing the big brunt of the snow, but it looks like ice potential is going to occur in parts of the central Great Lakes region, central Indiana, central Ohio. This includes Columbus, Indianapolis, Cedarville, those towns in that area. So we're going to take a quick look at the models just to get an accurate idea of what we could expect with regards to this. All right, so let's do that real quick. We're going to close this out. All right, so this is the GFS model. The GFS model is the one I usually look at first, but we're going to look at all the models, compare the potential for snow totals in all different model scenarios. All right, so let's break this down real quick. So here we have, this is what we had earlier today. Earlier this morning, in fact, Thursday morning, we had kind of a pretty significant icing storm taking place in parts of Arkansas, Texas, Illinois, and this has since weakened. If we move the model a little bit forward, this has since weakened. In fact, we've got a few snow showers. Some of you in Indiana and Ohio are probably seeing some snow showers at this time, and maybe even some freezing rain in some areas, a wintry mix. That's likely going to start to fade away overnight tonight before the next brunt of the heavier winter precipitation takes place. So let's progress this forward. As you see, pay attention. You can see that icing starting to reform itself in parts of Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. This is going to add more to that significant icing potential that has already taken place. So quite a bit of icing, pretty treacherous travel in that area is expected as this moves through on Thursday. So this is Thursday morning, about 7 a.m. Really not much going on in the Great Lakes region, but this is what we're going to be keeping an eye on as it pushes northeastward towards our region. So progressing forward, you kind of see the development of a more heavier wintry precipitation. The purple indicates freezing rain or ice, and then the pink we usually represent as a wintry mix. So that is the winter storm that is developing, and it moves northeastward. Kind of a heavy brunt of it slams Indiana, northern Indiana. They're expecting heavier snow totals of 2 to 4 inches, and this is all going to occur between Thursday PM hours and Friday AM hours. So it's going to impact the Thursday evening commute and the Friday morning commute. So you're going to want to plan for some extra time traveling if you are traveling during that time frame. So we're moving through northern Indiana, northern Ohio is really seeing it. Central Indiana, central Ohio is what's going to see the ice potential with that wintry mix and freezing rain really really extending itself right in that little area. And the lighter snow on the other side of the lake in parts of Wisconsin. Not a major amount of accumulation is expected there, but it's looking similar to what winter storms would look like. We have that really low pressure system that's getting fueled by the Gulf moisture, and that Gulf moisture is just dumping on the northern end of the low pressure system where the air just can't hold as much air, or air can't hold as much water, I should say. So that's what's going to really fuel this potential for winter precipitation, and it really gets heavy as you go into the New England area. Really, you can see it's a lot lighter on the western side of the storm, and it's not really going to produce as much snow or winter precipitation. But the icing concern is really the big issue in parts of central Ohio, central Indiana. All right, so it's going to continue to move through by Friday, 7 a.m. It should be completely out of our area. Almost eastern Ohio will probably see maybe a little bit of snow on the backside of it at 7 a.m. But about 7 a.m. we should expect this to really clear out, and then the cleanup process should be rather quick as temperatures will be in the mid to upper 20s. So school closings, I'm not really certain if we're going to see many on this day because it's not going to be too much snow. I'd say we'd see more along the lines of school closures in central Ohio, central Indiana, where the icing is going to take place. But never know what the superintendents will decide, so we'll have to see what happens. But let's take a look at possible snow totals from the Gfs model. They forecast, this is on the higher side. I don't think it's going to reach this high, but 6 inches by the Gfs model in parts of central Indiana, northwestern Ohio, and then 1 to 2 inches in lower Michigan. The other models really don't agree with the GFS right now. So if we look at the other models here, ECMWF, not really much on the heavier, not really heavy on the lighter side, 2 to 3 inches in parts of central Michigan. That is also agreeing with what the National Weather Service is projecting in lower Michigan. Main target for snow is lower Michigan and parts of northern Indiana. And the icing, which we'll look at in a second, is going to occur in central Indiana, central Ohio, is really what we should pay the most attention to. So, if you look at this, we have 2 to 4 inches once again showing up on this weather map from the NAM 3K, and it's showing really more in northern Indiana, parts of extreme southern lower Michigan is going to see the most snow. So 2 to 4 inches potentially is what's being forecasted there. So as you can tell, it really isn't that much snow, but it is something as we get into the late season that people might be interested in, because I don't know if you're waiting for that last snow event of the season. This probably won't be the last snow event of the season, but we'll see what happens. But this is the snow totals forecasted, so really I'd say 2 to 4 inches, trusting the National Weather Service's guidance on the 2 to 4 inches in parts of central or parts of lower Michigan and northern Indiana. Really the best shot at seeing snow. So let's look at the ice potential. I haven't really looked at what the National Weather Service is forecasting, but they are forecasting quite a few impacts in this region. You can see this is potential for accumulated freezing rain. This doesn't mean accumulated ice. This just means accumulated freezing rain. It's probably going to be a lot less ice than this. I could say we're not going to see an inch of ice. That's just crazy. That's the potential for that's pretty low. That's all I'll say. But we could see quite a bit of thicker ice on trees and branches, which could cause some downed tree limbs, maybe some power outages. Not a significant amount of power outages, because it's not going to be a really major amount of ice as they're getting down southwest, but it is going to be enough to cause travel headaches and maybe some school cancellations, things like that. So just something to be aware of as you're traveling down in that region. Icing potential, and then if you head anywhere farther north, there's going to be some snow falling Thursday night into the AM on Friday. So that's what you should be aware of coming tomorrow night. All right. So safe travels to you all as you face this. Hopefully this video was helpful to you in getting all this information out. If you have questions, feel free to leave a comment or check the National Weather Service's website for the official guidance. And hopefully you stay safe during this winter weather event, which is not as significant as what we've seen in the past couple of weeks, but it is something to just be aware of. So have a good evening, and hopefully you can enjoy your weekend.